Hi, hello. Looks like I'm live. I was just struggling with some of the yes. Yes, we are live. Thank you everyone for joining. Second. Yes, thank you everyone for joining on time. Today I'm here with another topic. I hope you are following our live broadcasts where I am bringing in topics on women's health and everything that affects a woman after the age of 35. So the after the age of 35 is a very, very crucial time for women because from this time onwards, our lot of hormonal changes happen in our body, especially the estrogen and the progesterone hormones, because of which we get our periods on time every month are coming down gradually, and as a result of which, coming down gradually, and then we hit a phase called menopause where the estrogen and progesterone levels have come so low that we are not getting our periods anymore, which I typically call as a life of freedom, where you do not have to worry about sanitary napkins, pads, accidents that happen when we are traveling. Yeah, if I have to attend a wedding, I do not have to worry about whether it is coming in my periods time and all of that. So typically, it's a life of freedom, but at the same time, it also begins a new era in our life where we have to start becoming more and more careful about the choices that we make in our lifestyle. Yes, so 35 is the next milestone in every woman's life, from where the estrogen and progesterone levels start to go down, and we go from the stages of premenopause, perimenopause, menopause, and then postmenopause. So this is our journey, and through all of these times we go through different challenges. One of the challenge is also cancer risk in women. Last week I covered bone health. I hope you followed that, and if you did not, it's okay. You can go back and you can check the live section where I have shared in detail about how you can take care of your bone health. Bone health is also one of the things that continues to decline with age, especially in the peri, and postmenopause zones. All right. So today is about cancer awareness. Many of us get aware about cancer when it happens to us. My endeavor is to help you identify it even before it attacks us. And my endeavor is to help you in a way such that you never have to experience that in your life. So that is my endeavor. Before it goes out of control, let's put that under control. Yeah. So today's session is for women above the age of 35. And today I'm going to talk about all the cancer risks, why it happens, what is the prevalence, what you should be careful about, what kind of lifestyle changes you need to make in order to, and what are the preventive measures that you can have, and what are the diagnostic screening tests that you can do in order to find out about cancer. Now, one thing we need to remember as we move forward is cancer sounds scary, but at the same time, let me tell you, if we can diagnose it much earlier, we will be able to fight it too. Cancer is fightable. We work with many cancer survivors, and hence I can tell you with deep conviction that cancer is preventable, cancer is fightable, and we can overcome it also. So then let's dive into breast, ovarian, as well as cervical cancer for women in today's session. Today's session is going to be for about 30 minutes, and after that, I'll start taking your questions. Does that sound good? So till then, I'll be very honest with you. This is my second YouTube live, and already we had a technical challenge. The link that was shared with people is not the link that is working. I had to create a net new link and go live on a different link altogether. So you understand that we are still trying to figure it out. Me and my team, we are collectively trying to figure out this entire thing of, YouTube live. So what is also, and the second thing is, I do not see without glasses. Okay, and with glasses, I'm not able to communicate better. I feel that there is a thing in between. So if you're going to put in any comments, I'll be taking it at the end. All right. So is that okay with you? I'll just cover the content, and then I'll take a lot of your questions at the end. So bear with me. A lot of your questions will probably get answered in as the course of my discussion itself. And who am I? I am Ruma. I am an internationally certified trainer, nutritionist, a women's fitness specialist, and specialist in exercise therapy from International Sports and Sciences Academy USA and National Academy of Sports Medicines USA. I was recognized by the Government of India and awarded by Times of India and Economic Times for my work in the area of health and fitness. And I am also the founder and head coach at Navitai, and we have a community of more than 4,000 women who are with us right now, actively working through their hormonal imbalances and recovering their health every single day. So that is what we do, and we take great pride in our community as well, where women are turning out to be healthier, fitter, and stronger. Anyway, so with that, moving on, three types of cancer, okay, that we have to be more careful about as women are breast cancer, ovarian cancer, as well as cervical cancer. So breast cancer, ovarian cancer is the ovaries. It is also one of the reproductive organs which releases eggs for fertilization. So we get babies because our ovaries are producing egg. So a cancer affecting ovary is called ovarian cancer. Cervical cancer is the opening, opening around our vagina through which a baby comes out. It is the entire birthing canal. Cervix is a part of the birthing canal. All right, and cancerous cells growing in this area is called cervical cancer. So these are the three areas we are going to be talking about. Now, the prevalence of breast cancer. 1 in every 8 women. Let me read out this data. Okay, I got this data today. Yeah. Breast cancer. 1 in every 8 women gets breast cancer. Now, the data page is missing. Look at that. Anyway, 1 in every 8 women gets breast cancer. Ovarian cancer may not be we do not hear about ovarian cancer because one is it is not very easily detectable. Even though there are some preventive diagnostic tests, but the symptoms itself do not show up. And those symptoms are common symptoms among all the other, many other health issues as well, and hence our focus doesn't go on ovarian cancer. So we do not get to know a lot about ovarian cancer till the time it has reached a stage where it is not repairable anymore. The third type is the cervical cancer, very, very, very common in women, and especially in India, it is rising, and hence it is a huge cause of concern among the healthcare providers to make women more aware about cervical cancer. And cervical cancer is very, very preventable if we start taking actions at a very early age. Okay, so this is what the this is what are the three kinds of cancer, and why the cancer happens. Multiple reasons. Number one is genetic disposition. If any of our mummies, masis, chachis had cancer in our family history, we also have that gene. In fact, let me start by saying this: each one of us has cancerous cells in our body, every one of us. However, when they become dangerous, when they start to multiply at a much faster rate. Yeah, and how these cells will multiply, which cells will multiply, is driven by our genes. Our genes have those instructions, and we get those genes from who? From our, we get those genes from our family. So that is one. Number two are our hormonal imbalances because of the changes in hormones that happens in a woman's body. Now, just think about this, okay? At the age of 12, we start getting our periods. Then we get children, and with being pregnant, the hormones change again. If you have multiple pregnancies, then the hormones have changed during multiple times during that time. Then comes the age of 35, and we start our journey on perimenopause, post-menopause, and then post-menopause. So a woman's hormones are constantly changing, because of which it puts us at an additional risk of getting cancer if we do not manage it well. Another reason that many healthcare providers, many studies and researchers have pointed out is that if we have those women who do not bear children, have a so when we have children, when we get pregnant, our estrogen levels drop and the progesterone levels go up to maintain the pregnancy. and that reduces our the what do you call it, estrogen exposure. Yeah, so women who have lesser estrogen, more estrogen exposure, who are not having babies, they are at higher risk of cancer. So does that mean that we should continue to reproduce every single year? No, I do not mean that. But there was, even today, if you talk to your gynecologist, she will tell you that having babies actually prevents the risk of cancer. And that is why in the earlier ages, if you had seen in the earlier ages where women were birthing children every year, every 9 months, they had lesser cancer. I wouldn't recommend that. Please do not take it that way. I'm just telling you from a data point of view. When our estrogen exposure is higher, the cancer risks are higher as well. Now, so how does that impact our life? It has a huge, huge, huge impact. First of all, it has a huge physical impact. Cancer eats away the good cells in our body. It is the cancerous cell that is spreading across our body. So it creates a disruption in our physical function. It creates disruption in our organ function. It creates disruption in our, the energy, the liveliness that we have every day, waking up in pain. It also needs us to go through multiple medical procedures, which are, some of them are very, very painful. So, physically, we go through a lot of pain, and it puts a lot of emotional pain as well, because we are not able to do the things that we want to do. We have come to this world to enjoy our life, to lead a fulfilled life, to give to the society, take back from society, live a life which is in a harmonious life. And suddenly this harmony that we desire in life is broken. So it causes a lot of emotional distress also. It also affects our family, right? Because the family is seeing us go through that pain every single day, and they feel so helpless that they cannot do anything. They cannot fight cancer for us. The maximum thing that they can do is give us the support, give us that emotional support, but they cannot do anything. It is the fight. It is the fight that our body has to fight. Our mind has to fight against cancer. And it has very, very deep financial impact as well. Cost of treating cancers go very, very high depending upon your treatment. And hence, my dear ladies, my mantra is stop it before it happens. Yeah. So so what can we do? So the next one that I'm going to get into is, what can we do in order to prevent cancer? Would you like to know that? Wonderful. Great. So the first thing is, like, I'm a health coach, I'm a fitness coach, and my first mantra is lead a balanced life. Okay. And maintain, what do I mean by lead a balanced life? Number one is your body fat percentage below 25? That is a question I'm going to ask you. Now, you may not even know your body fat percentage, which is an even dangerous thing, because you do not know what is the devil you're going to fight, right? Many women know only about weight. They are only worried about the number they see on the weighing scale, but that is hardly an issue, because our weight comprises of weight of our bones, weight of water, weight of muscle, weight of organs, and what else? And the weight of our fat. Okay, 5 things: fat, muscle, skeleton or bones, organs, and water. This is what the weight is. So when you stand on the weighing scale, you see a cumulative number of this. No, but so organ weight, we need organ weight, we need our brain, we need our heart, we need our liver, we need our kidneys, we need our bones as well, right? Because that is providing structure to our body. We need our muscles also, because more strong the muscles, stronger we will be. We will be able to lift, break, flexibility, mobility. Everything comes from the strength of our muscles. We need water in our body. We are more water than anything else. We need water also. Then when you talk about weight loss, what are you looking to lose? Water weight, muscle weight, uh, bone weight, organ weight, what? Fat weight. The fat cells sitting in our body contains toxins. They release toxins in our body, which causes hormonal imbalances, and it causes a lot of inflammation in the body. You may be at the right weight, but if your body fat percentage is higher, there is no point staying in right weight. Yeah, you are as much as at risk as an obese person is. It all depends upon your body fat percentage. So, my dear ladies, if you're listening to me, listen to this very, very carefully. This is one myth that I want to break for you. Do not be obsessed with your weight. Be obsessed with your body fat percentage and the amount of muscles that you're carrying in your body. Because the muscles, the more the amount of muscles in your body, lesser will be your hormonal imbalances, lesser the hormonal imbalances, lesser will be your risk of cancer as well. Okay, so have a balanced body fat percentage. So look at your body fat percentage. If you do not know, I'll share a link of a body fat composition monitor, and you'll get that on Amazon now as well. But if you don't, I'll share the link of it right below this video, and get it, measure it, and work on bringing it down to 25%. The women in my community have a guideline. They have to bring their body fat percentage to 25. I don't care about weight. Doesn't matter. You can be 80 kgs, but if your body fat percentage is below 25%, it means that you are carrying a lot of muscle in your body. Yeah. So that is what we need to be worried about. And the third one, so balanced weight, body fat percentage, and the third one that we need to be focused on is eating a nutrient-rich diet. See, after the age of 35, what doesn't work for us is calorie restriction. If you go and start on a very strict diet plan where the nutritionist has given you only eat this, only eat this, only eat this, don't eat anything else, we are putting ourselves at more risk of cancer. I'll tell you why. Whenever we have hormones, in order to function, we need micronutrients, the vitamins, the minerals that are available, good fats, all of these needed for our body, for the functioning of our hormone. And if I restrict my calories, if I restrict my food, where am I going to get the micronutrients from, which will help me in running my hormones? Yeah. So it's not about cutting down food. Do not even, try to cut down your food. Try to cut down the elements that do not work for you, that causes more hormonal imbalances in us. So which means that we should be more focused. Women above the age of 35 should not be focused on calorie restriction. We should be more focused on a variety of, which means that our the micronutrient profile of our food. It should be varied amount of food that we are eating, so that we can have all the right kind of micronutrients which are needed for our body. So we are not focused on calorie restriction. We are more focused on anti-inflammatory meal plan, which helps us to reduce the inflammation in our body. All right. So with that, now, so what are the things that we need to avoid? Number one, smoking. Yeah. And I see that there is growing instances in women nowadays to smoke. Well, men are doing what is wrong. Why do women also have to copy them? Yeah. So, you can do it as long as you're not worried about cancer. But, women's body is much more delicate. Bhagwan ne bahut dil se banaya hai hum logon ko. We were not just created like this. He put the goddesses, she put in every small element in us. So we have to be much more careful, much more gentler, much more loving with our body. A man may not love his body, but he will still survive. But for a woman, we need a lot of self-care, a lot of a lot of blessings, a lot of self-care, a lot of showing that I care for my body, a lot of that in order to survive well. So number one is smoking is not good for men, is not good for women also. In fact, as a woman, we should probably try to encourage men not to smoke instead of giving into smoking. And in many places, I know women smoke because they want to get into that networking zone. It's your call. You have made your priority, but select your priorities, right? Is the only thing I'll say, because it hurts our health. It hurts a woman's health more than a man's health. Number two is alcohol. Many of you are going to kill me right now. Many of you here are social drinkers, like I was once upon a time. Margarita used to be my favorite drink. I don't drink anymore. Yes, so alcohol, some alcohols have good effect, but finally, end of the day, alcohol breaks down into simple sugar, which goes and affects our hormones as well. So be very, very careful with alcohol as well. And if so, these are the two main things that I will, recommend you to avoid. And I'll talk about more of what to have and what not to have in women above the age of 35. Okay, now, so let's talk about what are the different, if you want to be ahead of the game, what are the different things you can do in order to, in order to get into early detection. So see, any cancer, if detected earlier, is preventable. The problem with cancer is that, they get detected at a very later age. But if we can detect it earlier, it is very much preventable. In fact, nowadays I'm hearing a lot of success stories of people who are cancer survivors, even at the stage 3 level cancer. Okay, so it is doable, it is possible. We just need to know the right mechanics towards it. Yeah. So number one is, let's talk about breast cancer. For breast cancer, there are few tests that are available. Number one is get a mammogram done. Mammogram doesn't need to start until after menopause. Doesn't need to be very frequent. Okay, it can be once in every 3 years, and your gynecologist will tell you depending upon your family history. So check with your gynecologist. If you do not have any instances of breast cancer, cervical cancer, or ovarian cancer in your, any instances of cancer in your family, blood family, where you're related in blood, your gynecologist may just say that do it, after menopause once every 2 years. So mammogram is available, and and is available in any of the leading diagnostic centers. You just need to call them and find out. You can also make it a part of your annual health checkup, where mammogram is included. It's a little expensive test, but I believe that, poor health is even more expensive. If we invest in our health today, we will be able to overcome a lot of cost, which is physical cost, emotional cost, financial cost later on, right? So these are all investments, if you ask me. Next is a clinical breast exam. So whenever every 2 to 3 years, whenever you go to meet with your gynecologist, just find out, if you can do a clinical breast exam. Nowadays, there is a thermal breast exam as well, where they take the temperature of the breast and are able to give you a diagnostic report as well. So check with your gynecologist as well, and the diagnostic center that you're going to, if you can get a thermal test. Then these are little less complicated than mammogram. Mammogram, they have plates, they will squeeze your breast inside of it and make you stand in different positions. The thermal one is much more simpler, I would say. So, just talk to your gynecologist, which one ever is applicable for you, go for that. For ovarian cancer, usually the only two tests that they have is the intravaginal, transvaginal and ultrasound. They take a probe inside the vagina and find out whether your ovaries are fine or not. And the another one that they have is CA-125 test. Now, however, ovarian cancer is a little difficult to detect because the symptoms do not show up early. And even if the symptoms are there, they are like symptoms of any other problem. So, it is very difficult to detect. So if you have an incidence, or there is anybody in your family, blood relation I'm talking about, not your spouse's side, your side, where you're connected through blood, either your father or your mother. If anybody had breast cancer, ovarian cancer, cervical cancer, be in touch with your gynecologist more often and ask for screening tests. What can you do to identify early signs of these cancer? That will help us. Now, coming to cervical cancer. Now, cervical cancer is, how do I say it? The instances of cervical cancer is just rising in India, and hence, we need to take special care. Healthcare providers are very, very concerned right now about the rising cases of cervical cancer, very, very highly prevalent in India right now. So cervical cancer, one way to detect it is Pap smear. Yeah, so Pap smear once every 3 years is a great way to detect, any cervical cancer. And it grows slowly, and hence that is why doctors say you can wait every 3 years. And if the Pap smear shows any abnormal result, you can start taking action immediately. So Pap smear once every 3 years, get it included as part of your overall well woman checkup. And the next one is HPV. It's a vaccine, and the human papilloma virus, which which is in our body, which causes the cervical cancer. Now, usually it is said that you can have this vaccine also. There are a lot of different opinions about when you can have this vaccine. Can it be? Usually, people say that before the girls in their reproductive age at a younger age, before as they become sexual, as they're about to become sexually active, get them to have the HPV vaccine. However, many doctors are also of the opinion, many healthcare providers are also of the opinion that women below the age of 40 can also have that, to stop the risk of HPV, for a vaccine against HPV virus. So just check with your healthcare provider, check with your doctor if you will be eligible for a HPV vaccine. And if you are eligible, go for it, because cervical cancer is increasing at a very fast rate in India. And many doctors will themselves, if they see any any presence of this virus, they may themselves recommend the HPV vaccine to you. All right. So with that, some of the things we can do at home for breast cancer. Okay. So for breast cancer, we can do a breast self-examination. Do this the best time to do it is 7 to 10 days after your periods are over. By then, usually, breasts are lumpy. So if you're trying to do it yourself, you will find some lump or the other. Best time, all the lumps settle down 7 to 10 days post your periods, and then you can stand in front of when you're taking a bath, when you're taking a bath in the shower, just take your hands in a circular motion everywhere, little gentle, should not be too firm, at the same time should not be too gentle, and just, take it all around and see whether there are lumps. Okay, go below, go side, go here, everywhere, and see whether there are lumps or not. Now, just one quick thing, a lot of the lymph nodules, they get accumulated, they get come together here. So you may find a lot of lumps like that also. So if you find something like that, don't get worried, just go to your gynecologist and ask him or her to check it out, so that you know what it really is. It may not be anything of worry. It may not be anything of being scared. It may just be that they just need to rule out that it is nothing that you should be worried about. Okay, I had this instance one time that I was feeling, a lump over here, and I ran to the gynac, and she said, Ruma, stop worrying about all of this. You're a very healthy woman. It's not going to happen to you. But I needed one doctor to check it out and tell me that it is something that I shouldn't worry about. Okay, so these are the things that we can do. Now, trying to move into, wow, we are already at 30 minutes. Wow, time flies, isn't it? So, and I'm not looking at the comments right now, so please forgive me for that. Apologize for that. I'll be taking your questions right after this section. Okay. So now let me come into, which is my area of specialization, which is how to build a lifestyle which can fight cancer early on, which can prevent cancer, not fight cancer, but prevent cancer early on. Number one is nutritious food, anti-inflammatory diet. And what does that mean? Number one, fill your plate with vegetables, leafy green vegetables, as much as you can. Whether they are in soup format, whether they are in sabji format, whether they are in salad format, doesn't matter. Whatever your body can digest, have plenty of vegetables. Vegetables should be the biggest portion in your plate. Now, many people say, Ruma, what about carbohydrates? You know what? You get a lot of good carbohydrates from vegetables itself. So do not worry about carbohydrates. Not all carbohydrates are rice and sugar and all of that. We are getting some good quality carbohydrates from leafy vegetables once they are in a cooked format, as well as some of the dals and legumes as well. Okay. Next one, cruciferous vegetables. They help us to maintain our estrogen levels in our body. Okay. So they would be broccoli and cauliflower. Okay. So please include a lot of broccoli and cauliflower. You can either have it steamed, or you can cook it as well. Broccoli is best steamed or sauteed. Fresh fruits, berries are anti-cancerous. So you can have those berries. Now, you may have to, I keep hearing it from my community members that they do not get, wherever they live, they do not get fresh berries. They get, they get the frozen ones or the dried ones. So just in your area, just find out who are the ones who can supply you berries. You can even have the Indian gooseberries. They are also fine. So these are all anti-cancerous in nature with high levels of antioxidants. Nuts and seeds, please start including them. And nuts as in almonds, walnuts, seeds as in chia seed, flax seed, watermelon seed, um, sunflower seed. So all the seeds are good for us to consume. They are high in omega-3 fatty acids as well. They contain good fat. Don't worry about omega-3 and stuff. They contain good fat and have fish oil, which is, again, it gives us good fat for us to maintain our hormonal balance. The estrogen hormone that we have is a steroid hormone, and you do not have to remember this name, but what it needs in order for its functioning is good quality of fat. So if you have good quality of fat, your hormones will be in balance. So see, all fat are not bad. Some fat are good. Fat that you get from nuts and seeds, fat that you get from fatty fish, these are good fat. But sometimes we end up having the wrong kind of fat. What are they? Tala hua khana, samosa, which is deep fried in oil. Those are not good for us, okay? So you need to have good quality of fat to help the hormonal imbalances. The foods that we need to avoid: excessive sugar. Sugar is highly inflammatory, highly cancerous. It causes so much of inflammation in the body that I have started naming sugar as poison. It is as bad as poison. It kills us slowly. Poison to aapko abhi khatam kar dega. You will not have to worry about the rest of your life. Sugar is something which will cripple you little by little, little by little, little by little, damaging everything in your body, right from your hair to your skin to your sleep to your digestion to your gut to your organs. Har jagah jaake attack karta hai. And if you are having food high in sugar, you will also not be able to reduce your body fat percentage. Whatever food that you consume, whatever sugar you are consuming, which doesn't get utilized, ends up being triglyceride that floats around your bloodstream as well. So we have to be very, very careful. And sugar is not just sugar. Sugar also comes from other products. What are they? Getting scared, don't worry about it. I'll be explaining it to you in much detail. Just recently I was conducting a session for my community members where I showed them how some of the food that we buy from the market, we feel that they are very healthy. If you look at the ingredient list, you will realize that they have added sugar in it. And oftentimes they do not even call it sugar. You know what they call it? They have some different name altogether. Maltose, corn syrup, cane sugar, dextrose, different names that normal people do not know. And as a result of which we think that we are buying something healthy like mueslis and oats. We bring it home and we do not know how to read the labels, and we figure out that we are only consuming more and more sugar. So you have to be careful about that also. But I'm digressing here. So oftentimes we consume sugar that we are not even aware of, and hence we need to be very, very careful. Yeah, processed meat, which I do not see much in India, but abroad many people use a lot of processed meat, and deep fried food are not good for us. So try to avoid them if you want to maintain your balance in your body. And some of the lifestyle habits, let's come to that. Okay, let's come to that. Some of the lifestyle habits that we need to do, that we need to change. Number one, my dear ladies, if you are not sleeping enough, do start prioritizing your sleep. You need 7 to 8 hours of sleep every single night. And I know women during this time go through a lot of changes because of their hormonal imbalances. We are not able to sleep. Many of you are going through sleep issues, right? I know that because many women join our program, our community, because they're struggling through sleep and they want to improve their sleep. So we know a lot of women come just with sleep issues, and unless you sleep well, your hormones will not become better. Until you sleep well, body will not recover and body will not be able to flush out the toxins that we need to flush out. 1 second, please. So sleeping is very, very important for recovery, rejuvenation, yeah, and recovery, rejuvenation. And next one that we need to do is we need to manage our stress levels better. Stress releases cortisol, and when we have high cortisol, it affects our hormones as well. It becomes it creates a disturbance in our body. And when the cortisol levels are high, there will be extra sugar running around in the bloodstream. Sugar is anyway inflammatory, so it damages also. So you need to learn stress management techniques as well. Spend at least 30 minutes, no matter, please do not tell me, Ruma, I'm very busy. I know Women are always busy. Whether you're working or you're a homemaker, women are always busy. But so is Narendra Modi ji, so is Mark Zuckerberg, and so is Jeff Bezos. If they can do it, we can do it too. Okay. So take out 30 minutes. We need that self care. Take out 30 minutes for some mindfulness time for yourself, self time for yourself, practice meditation, anything that helps you get into a deep calm state so that for the rest of the day you are able to manage your stress better. And we conduct something called a dream morning practice every month, where I guide women through stress relief techniques, deep meditation, journaling. So we have an entire elaborate thing around mindfulness which helps women overcome stress, and they are able to overcome their hormonal imbalances also. Okay, so that one is needed. Women in our community is also busy, but they are taking out that 30 minutes every day to focus on themselves, and 30 minutes for their exercises as well. The next thing that we do is, please be very, very consistent with your annual health checkups. That is where we find out what is happening. So tell me, when was the last time you did your annual health checkup? Is it already due? Then take up this time to, do not think I'll do it in New Year. We are already late. Let's start with this premise. I'm 50 myself, almost 50. Okay. If we have not done, if we are not being regular on time, we are already late. So might as well not, miss out on this very important activity that can help us build a better future for ourselves. This may take a little extra time, but yeah, but that is what we are living for. We are here to build a beautiful life for ourselves, our children, our grandchildren, and people around us. Now, I wanted to talk about one thing. I think I missed it, is exercising. Okay, exercise is a great way to keep our hormones under control. Lot of hormones. You will keep insulin under check, you will keep cortisol under check, you will keep ghrelin, leptin, multiple hormones, thyroid hormones. All the hormones function well when we exercise every day. Now, I don't have to tell you about that. Many of you already know it. But what women do not know is the kind of exercise they need to prioritize. And the kind of exercise that needs to be prioritized is strength exercises. Many women are only doing walking, yoga. They are great. Please do not stop that. Please continue that. But what we need is building muscle. We need muscles in our body. And that comes from strength exercise. When you have more muscles in your body, your metabolism will be higher. When the metabolism is higher, it eats away the fat from our body. It leaches the fat from our body. I said it in a very simple term, but having more muscle in our body will help us reduce the body fat percentage. Okay, so with that, so please prioritize that. And how much exercise do we need? WHO, World Health Organization, has given us a recommendation that we should exercise 150 minutes of moderate to high intensity. Moderate to high intensity. And if you're not doing moderate to high intensity, then low to moderate intensity, it should be anywhere between 150 minutes to 210 minutes per week. All right. So these are the things you need to work on. And if you are someone who wishes to learn more about how to balance your hormones, boost your metabolism, we are conducting a boot camp next week, which is on 13th, 14th, and 15th. And we are doing it in the evening, 13th evening, 14th morning, which is a Saturday, and 15th morning, which is a Saturday, to accommodate working women as well. We have a lot of working women in our community, and I conduct this boot camp for our community, women in our community, to give them knowledge, information, and set a plan of action for them. If you wish to join that, then the link will be there in the description below today. You can join that using the link. And if you join the boot camp, you also get to join the Dream Morning Practice session on 11th, 12th, 13th. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay, morning 6:30 to 7 o'clock. Again, accommodate working women. Before you leave for your office, you will be in a perfect, calm, and a peaceful state. Okay, so once you sign up for the boot camp, you also get access to our meditative sessions. So with that, I've come to the end of today's session, and I am ready to take up your questions, putting my chashma on because I cannot read your questions without the chashma. Let's see. Prachi, hello. Disha, is the session over? No. session is going on. Hold on 1 second. What is happening? Hold on. Yes. Hi. Yes, I see few people saying hello here. And any questions? You know what? We had a technical glitch. So maybe people were waiting on a different link and I am here. So maybe we missed out. But this recording will be up in our this recording will be up, so please follow that through. And next time we will be better in managing our YouTube. That is YouTube live session. That is my pakka promise to you. But we will be sharing this link with all of you. Okay. And if you have any questions, you can always put it in the comment box, and I will come and personally answer your questions, because I feel bad that because of the technical issues, many people could not join today. Okay. Let's see if I am getting any questions. All right, I see another hi, Ruma. RM. Yes, RM, is there any question that I can answer for you live? You are live with me here right now. Radhika is saying, thank you, Ruma, for the session. Every session gives me an opportunity to learn more. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Thanks, Radhika. Ruxana is saying, learning from you. Wonderful. That's great. But you know, it's not just the knowledge that I keep saying. Radhika, Ruxana, and whoever is hearing this, please, please, please follow these steps as well. Our, whatever you learned in the community, you do, but the diagnostic tests that are needed so that we can prevent cancer before, please do those as well. Okay. So thank you so much for joining the session today. And yes, let me know how, number one, what I asked people to do was check their body fat percentage. My community members know, so I don't have to ask them. But if you do not know, please do check that. Let me know in the comment box what your body fat percentage is, and we will be able to help you with that. And second is, let us know if you have any of the risks in your family, risks in you because of your family. Yeah. So we'll look forward to hearing from you. Again, once again, apologize. The entire Navitai team apologizes for the mix-up in the YouTube link today. We will be sharing this, and put your question in the comment box after hearing this session, and I will be personally answering your questions. Okay. So with that, take care. Lots of love. Bye-bye. Take care.